Hey ladies, how are you all doing today? So today's video will be on beauty. Now, as for actual beauty here in 2023, as opposed to actually doing an actual makeup video, I wanted to do something just a tad bit different, so that I haven't actually done. But the question is, ladies, what are your actual favorite beauty products to actually use? Whether if it is in skincare or whether if it's in actual makeup. Now, me per se, when it comes down to actual skincare, I haven't actually gotten a great cleanser or moisturizer for my actual face. So for me, what I do to actually keep my face cleansed, although it kind of does dry the skin, and then I have to actually replenish it by either, putting on like a cocoa butter lotion or some type of oil or something like that. But I would use an antibacterial soap, which is Dial. I use that to actually keep my face very, very cleansed from any bacteria. But like I say, it just, from the cleanness of it, it doesn't dry my face out completely. So this is what my face actually looks like after I actually wash my face with the actual antibacterial soap. It's not that dry, but I know I do need to replenish some oil into my actual face. But like I say, I haven't, at this point, I haven't gotten me a great moisturizer to actually use on my face, or a moisturizer is like a lotion, or a great like cleanser. So, but you can never go wrong with an antibacterial soap. Antibacterial soaps are actually good for the actual body. They are a good cleansing product. And I know a lot of women use Dove as well too, because Dove isn't harsh on the skin, and it's great for sensitive skin as well too. But for me, like I say, I use Dial, and once I actually come across a good actual cleanser and moisturizer, I'll come back and share another video with you all. But for right now, what are your favorite makeup products to actually use? That is the question. Now, I've used a few products over my time, and what I come to find out is that you can't use too many makeup products because they break out the skin. Switching it up, and it just irritates the skin sometimes. In most cases, everybody's situation is different. So, but what I've come to actually find out and realize, when altering your actual foundations and stuff, they do tend to actually break out the skin, because once your skin starts getting used to one, then you switch it up and go into another one, and then your skin starts to get blemishes a lot of the time. Like I've had some, because I have switched up makeup products. Now, I started with LA Girl, LA Colors, back before the liquid foundation was even a thing. It was all about them compacts and that powder, and you know, and that's what it was about back then. So I started out with that, but in my actual adult years, I still only used it a little bit, but then I transitioned over to Sephora. So Sephora was a product that I was using constantly, and I actually was using the actual powder, and then I transitioned over to the actual liquid foundation. And over time, I kept, you know, hearing about different foundations. So I tried different foundations like Fendi, Fit Me, Maybelline, it's quite a few. So I've tried a few different foundations, but I seem to have stuck with one lately, and that is Juvia's Place. So Juvia's Place is an actual foundation that I have been using lately for over the past few years. I haven't switched from it or anything, so I don't have as many blemishes in my face as what I had when I was trying all those other different foundations. Oh yeah, it was some foundations from Dillard's, out of Dillard's too, that I was trying at the same time as well too. But as I say, I tend to like the Juvia's Place. A bottle like this can last me months and months and months at a time. And I'm not just saying 1, 2, 3 months. It could last me a little longer than that. And the reason why I say that, because my appliedness with the actual foundation, I'm not heavy-handed with it. Now, some people can be very heavy-handed, and you know, it's always to each his own. Heavy-handed and the makeup be so thick and caked up. I don't have any problems with anybody who actually chooses to do that. But for me, I like a more kind of like natural, like for it to look like my actual skin. And with that, by Juvia's Place being, as it tells you, it's a velvety matte foundation. So it's not, as they say, translucent. It's not watery, and it's not too thick. It's like right there in between. It's like it has the right consistency. So in which with the actual Juvia's Place, how I actually apply mine, it's like I say, I'm not gonna actually do a full like makeup video. But I would get like my foundation brushes, either, it really doesn't even matter which one I would use. This just so happened to be the Juvia's Place. This is my newer brush, but I have powder brushes that I actually would use. So depending on like which one I would actually use, I would put my little dots. So I would only have like about 4, maybe to 5 sizes, pea sizes like this onto my actual foundation brush, and I actually will apply it. And you see how that actually goes on to the actual face. So with this, like I said, it's not too thick and it's not too watery. Now with just that one little bead, it's gonna blend. But like I say, I use maybe like 4, maybe sometimes 5 beads onto the face. So I would dab here, dab here, dab here, and here. Or, you know, I would wipe, and wipe. And then I get my powder brush, foundation brush, and just blend everything in. So this too actually can last a pretty good length of actual time if you actually are not too heavy-handed with it. But like I say, if you're a person that you like for your makeup to actually stand out, it's not gonna last you as long as it would last me. So like I say, I like for mine to kind of look, you know, natural to the actual face for me. And that is the actual foundation, Juvia's Place foundation. This is actually the Havana color, which is the number 420. So it has kind of an undertone, a reddish kind of undertone. But since I actually have this here onto my face, I'm just going to just kind of somewhat blend this out. So you see what one bead would do. And I know my lighting and everything is gonna make it look like it's casket ready and everything, but no, without the light being on, it's not, it doesn't look like that. But that's just that one bead. So the coverage is actual good coverage. You know, you don't have to use as much, but it's always to each his own, to any and everybody. I know here on this video is well, you can see it. I know the quality is not all that good, but we gonna do what it actually do. So that is the actual foundation. Now, with the actual foundation, I use the actual stick as well too. So I have, for this, basically all Juvia's Place products for my actual face. Now, normally, and a lot of times, LA Girl, which I was right. So you had LA Girl and LA Colors. So I used to start off with the LA Girl foundation powder, and then, like I said, there's the LA Colors. So although I think they're the same, but excuse me, I would use the actual concealer to actually conceal with shadows in certain areas, contour in certain areas around the actual face. But instead of actually even using the actual concealer, or also, you know, shadowing the actual nose, and sometimes here at the actual nostrils as well too. So instead of using the actual Pro Concealer from LA Girls, I have transitioned over to the actual Juvia's Place stick. So with this one, it's a foundation stick as well too, concealer stick, which is thick, smooth, as they would say, rich. It has like a richness in it. So normally with this one, what I actually would do, as you can see, I would place this one on my face first, and I would place it in all these areas instead of using, well, basically it still is using two, because you know some people mix their actual foundations to get the actual color that they actually need sometimes. So I would actually apply this to my actual face first, then put my foundation, and I have all that blended in together. Then after, if I choose to, and a lot of the times I don't choose to, Then I would go and contour, as you can see here. But a lot of times I don't, so I use the actual stick and the actual foundation to get an actual natural look onto my actual face. But as I just showed y'all, that is just the contouring and foundation sector of that. But this is, like I say, I would have these actually blended together. I will apply the stick first and then put the foundation on top. Here I just did it kind of in backwards direction from what I normally would actually do. And this is how this actual side actually turns out. So you can see on this side, it's natural. You can see on here, you can always tell that I have on makeup, but it's more of an actual natural like look for those of you that actually understand in makeup what I'm actually talking about. So that, and I would just blend those together. Like I said, I would do that to the same side as well too. So those are those two actual products for the actual makeup coverage. God, even though this quality is like so and see if I actually, because I have like this little scar here from when I had chickenpox, I can actually cover that if I wanted to actually add more makeup. But like I say, that's why I say it gives me an actual natural type of look, light makeup beat, to where you still can see, you won't see my moles, because I do have, you know, moles in my face, but it does cover my blemishes. But I do have moles that are in my cheek area and stuff like that, so it covers that. And then if I wanted, like I said, if I wanted to cover this actual scar from when I had chickenpox as a little kid, I can actually just add a little bit more makeup and just cover that up. So that is the actual foundation. Now when it comes to the actual eyes, I do the actual eyeshadows and things when I do the actual makeup videos and stuff. I would use a variety of makeup palettes. So with that, I do have a makeup palette from the actual beauty shop. It's fairly new. I've used it maybe 2 to 3 times since I actually purchased it. Like I say, it is fairly new. So this is the palette. I used this one when I went to my competition in November, and I used that gold shimmer color, which it actually is called Stronger. And this is, I've shown you all this palette in an actual makeup video, but I've used this color for the first time at my actual competition. Very beautiful. My look was very gorgeous. And that is one of the actual palettes that I use. I use a magnetic case which has a bunch of actual eyeshadows to it, and all of these are actually magnetic. It has the blushes, the highlights, the bronze, lip glosses, and lots of actual eyeshadows. It actually came as a whole little compact case. So this is from the actual Color Workshop. I don't know if a lot of y'all are familiar with that, but it's not like a very, 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 very top brand like what people say with Fendi and all of that. But it is a well-known brand. Now, I've had this one for some time. So my case is broken. So it does come with the actual big compact mirror that it does come with. And also inside the actual compact part, it had eyeshadows. I think it had eyeshadows on the inside of that as well too. So they're all, let me see, 1, 2, 3. I've actually broke some, 4, 5. Yeah. So it came not only with the actual cases with the eyeshadows and stuff, the bronzers and all. On the inside, it also came with eyeshadows, bronzers, blush. These two are blushes. So you have your neutral and your pink, and then this is like a little highlight spot here, but all the rest of them are eyeshadows. So it came as a big set, you know. So I got all of that for a really, really good low price. Like I say, variety of eyeshadow palettes. This one is 104 eyeshadow palette. So it's 104 eyeshadows. And also the actual matte book from the actual crayon case. I actually do have that in my collection as well too. So you know that consists of the actual blushes and the eyeshadow as well. And then like tons of little mini. Like this one comes from just my little local beauty supply store. Amuse is the actual brand for this one. And the other ones are like little mini little cases that Dollar General. I would get something out of Dollar General, Family Dollar. These are all LA Colors. So LA Colors are like in Dollar General stores, Family Dollars, Walmart, Walgreens, and stuff like that. So like tons and tons of the actual little mini little palettes like that. Then variety of actual lipsticks and stuff from different places. So like I say, this basically is filled with, it has some lipsticks in here, but it is mostly filled with the eyeshadow palettes. So like I say, I have like a gang of these. They're just like layered in here. And I've only shown these as I was like doing an actual makeup video. I wasn't per se, you know, like going over them to be going over them like that. But they are tons of these. Also the little Sally Bay eyeshadow palettes and stuff like that. So a lot of those are LA Colors. eyeshadow palettes, different lippies that I have actually mentioned as well too. So I went from eyes to actual lips at the same time. But also, even with lips, like I said, variety of lipsticks and lip glosses. Also Victoria's Secret lip glosses, stuff like that as well too. Now back to the eyes when it comes to eyeliner. So with eyeliner, I use two different eyeliners. The brands might be a little different. Like this is LA Colors, and this was the actual liquid eyeliner. So I would use this on my top lid. It goes on very smooth onto my top lid, and then my bottom lid would be an actual normally LA Colors as well too. But I recently misplaced my mechanical eyeliner pencil, so while I was in Sally's a few days ago, I picked up one. This is from the Bitsy collection that they have, so I just picked up a little small one, and I use this for the actual lower lid, which goes on very smooth as well too. So with these, you can actually apply those to your consistency. So you can make it a little darker, or you can have it just an actual lightweight. But that is the actual eyeliner, the actual liquid. Now, eyebrows, with the actual eyebrows, I use an actual eyeliner pencil. So with the actual eyeliner pencil, it comes with the actual brush, and you know, I would go ahead and brush the actual brows kind of into place, brush them up, brush them up, brush them up, brush them up, and then I would go ahead and use my actual pencil to actually shade in my actual brow. So I don't per se draw my brow because my brow is already there. I just shade it in to make it a little darker and to make it stand out. Now, sometimes I can go a little bit darker for the actual brow. And even if I do go a little bit darker, you can still see my actual hairs in there. Now I have gone darker before, but this is just to shade it in. So once I actually get that way, I use the actual brush and I level that out like such. And then if it doesn't need that much like outline work to actually clean up around it, to shape it in place, now with that I would use the actual concealer, in which I have run out, because I would normally have the actual, which one is this one? This is the mahogany color, so it's a darker brown to actually contour and everything. And the other one is more of a, why do I have to think so long about it when I have it right here? Toffee. So it's a more lighter color, and I love when I actually clean up around it because it gives that under glow to it, that definition to it and everything. But hey, it all ends up coming out looking so cute. So then I would use some mascara for my actual eyelashes. So I will put on my eyeliner, put on my eyelash, put on my eyeliner and put on my mascara. Now with this one, this is Wet n Wild, and this is the Mega Wear mascara. So I will actually use the mascara on the actual top part. And sometimes I would do the bottom part and sometimes I won't, because I already have a black liner down there, but I know sometimes that black liner will lay your lashes, your eyelashes down, your naturals. So I can go and actually bring out my actual lower lashes, but for my natural lashes here, I use my little mascara. For my go-to look, I don't put on no lashes or anything like that. Like if I'm going on a 9-to-5 job or whatnot, that would be the actual look, with no lashes. Now, for me, in my business and stuff, I do add the actual lashes on, and that can be somewhat from even a natural lash up to a more fashionable lash. It just all depends. I think these were more of the actual natural look lash, so they kind of just look like my regular lash. They just bring a little bit more thickness to the actual natural lash. And that's all that one actually does. And then, as always, I would use the actual lash holder to actually apply the lashes. Some people can put them on with their fingers and they can do it real good with their fingers. Yeah. Oh, and one thing that I did forget. Primer. Now, I used to prep my eyes sometimes with concealer before I recently just transitioned over to the actual eye primer from Juvia's Place. So I forgot to actually mention this part, but this is the actual eye prep primer from Juvia's Place. I'm not a whole big fan of it. It's a good brand, but I don't know, for me, I don't know if it's just too liquidy for me, or if maybe I was using too much and then shake it up all the way. I'm not sure, but I know the first time I used it, it was like very, liquidy. So and with this, I just use just a little dab. But I did notice when I used it, I was getting like the little, whatever they call folds or in the actual makeup when I used it. But even with that, I don't necessarily have to even put any eyeshadow or anything on. There are all different ways in makeup for people to actually do makeup. That's why I always say to each his own. Because even for me, I can actually wear mine just like that. Have this area cleaned up, straighten that out like that, just like you would do a little cleanup. Have my little light ratio here at the same given time, and just have a little lightness over the actual eye with just using the eye primer. And that be and that be the look. That be the look. But you know, with eyeshadows and everything, when the eyeshadow and everything is on, I would do it under here, in which I would use my CoverGirl loose powder. Some people say baking a sealant for your actual foundation, you know, however one chooses. Now you can either set it there with your buffer, your beauty buffer, or like I just did a light part of it, and then I just lightly like brushed it on in. And then you can still see my contour part here. I have my ratio, which gives me a little lightener up underneath the actual eye. You can also do the actual concealing before putting on your actual pressed powder by putting your concealer through here. It's all up to y'all as the individual as to how you all would choose to actually do your actual look. See, me, I'm good like this. I'm very good like this. Now, then with the actual eyelashes, I just use whatever lash glue that I can get, but I don't want to get a glue I want to stick with, you know, one brand, because I know a lot of people, they have reactions to certain glues, and that's the same thing with makeup, foundations and stuff. You know, we do live in a world where people are allergic to certain things, and that consists of makeup as well too. So that's why I try to be very careful with not using too many different like foundations and stuff, and just trying to stick with one that would be very befitting for my actual face and my skin type. So with that, y'all, now I had ordered like some lipsticks from this company, and they sent me some samples from Dr. C Tuna, like serums, shampoos for the faces, not hair. This is for face, like cleansing, the eye creams and all that stuff like that. I've used a bunch of them, but I'm still not set as to if it is an actual, you know, overall good product to have to actually use for like my cleanser, because like I say, it has the cleanser. This is the gel cleanser and the actual serum, and I've used the lotions, and I've used something else that has the eye cream, which that's this one here. So it's an eye cream, which is supposed to help with, I guess, the agingness of the eyes, to make them not look like they're so aged, or to make them not look like they're so tired, you know, because a lot of us get those dark circles, and a lot of times, you know, some people say the dark circles reference to either age or being exhausted, like tired, and needing to just get the proper rest to let your skin and everything replenish back to its natural look. But hey, I'm just a girl here that loves makeup at the same given time, and just doing an actual video with you all on products that I use and things that I have discovered through my journey in using actual makeup, like when it comes to the blemishes, with switching product after switching product after switching product, and your face end up breaking out. And like I say, since I have been sticking with this one product and I have been using my antibacterial, so I use that every single day, I have less and less, and before on this side, before I put the makeup on, less and less blemishes, because it's always good to stick with one solid product. That has always been the thing. It's always good to stick with one solid product. So that is what I've actually discovered. Now, if I showed you all this for the LA color. So this is the loose face and body shimmer. Now, if I wanted to do a little glow to this actual look, as opposed to doing some blush, I can. And I would do that on my cheek. I would do it here on my nose, a little on my chin, and maybe a little bit there on my forehead. But I try to, you know, blend that in real good. And then sometimes you could even just put it on top of your eye as well too. It's up to you as an individual. You know, it really is up to you as an actual individual. And still have my little contour area here, and then, you know, everything like that. So that is my products. I won't say favorite, but I get, yeah, out of all the products that I have actually used so far, Juvia's Place is by far the actual favorite makeup products for me to use. So as in the beginning of this video asks, what are your favorite makeup products to actually use? And feel free to actually comment those actual products. Also, like I say, even if it's in skincare, comment your actual favorite products, because like I say, I haven't yet found one for myself, but I have tried some, and I've tried the little samples from the Dr. C Tuna. I don't know much about that brand. That person probably is a very, very well-known person. I just don't know too much about it. But excuse me, I have used skin kits from out of Ulta Beauty before, where they had those skin kits, so I have used those. Oh my gosh, like that whole kit was like amazing. I probably need to go back and use that one, because it lasted me a pretty good little while. And you know, I used it every day as well too, especially with the mist spray that it has in the kit. Oh my gosh, the mist spray that was in there, it had my skin feeling so good. I mean, so good. But yeah, y'all let me know. Comment back, talk back to me. Let me know what are your favorite skincare products. What are your favorite makeup products? Let me know. You know, you might end up helping me to find the actual good brand of skincare products. Just let me know. Let me know. But that is actually the end of this actual video of what are your favorite makeup or skincare products. I shared with you all some of my actual favorite products as of to this day, to what I actually use and how I go about using my actual products on my actual face. Feel free to actually chime in and and let me know what yours is. But as always, from me to you, and you, peace, love, and all that good stuff. Until the actual next video, you all have a good rest of the day. You all take care, and happy